There are moments in life when silence feels safe. But sometimes, silence is the most dangerous choice of all. This is the story of a man, an office, and a parrot who never sang. Arjun worked in one of the tallest glass buildings in the city. Every morning, he walked through the revolving doors, past the reception desk, and into the corporate jungle, where ambition was currency, and silence was survival. He was good at his job. Efficient. Punctual. Reliable. But invisible. He had mastered the art of lowering his gaze in meetings, nodding at the right times, and keeping his voice locked inside. Why? Because speaking up in that office had consequences. His manager, Mr. Kapoor, was famous for cutting corners, signing shady contracts, pocketing money that never belonged to him. Everyone knew. Everyone whispered. But nobody dared to question. And Arjun? He told himself, it's not my problem. I have bills to pay, parents to support. Better to stay silent than risk everything. And so, silence became his shield. Arjun's desk was by the balcony. And on that balcony sat an old green parrot in a golden cage. Nobody knew why the bird was there. Mr. Kapoor claimed it was his lucky charm. Every day, the parrot mimicked sounds. The ring of telephones. The click of keyboards. Even the laughter of employees. But it never sang. Not once. Sometimes, Arjun stared too long. And in the glassy black eyes of that parrot, he saw his own reflection, alive, breathing, but trapped. One evening, after staying late at the office, he whispered, "Why don't you sing? Don't you know how?" The parrot tilted its head and echoed softly, "How? The mocking sound sent a shiver down his spine. One day, Arjun stumbled upon something dangerous. While preparing quarterly reports, he noticed a massive discrepancy. Millions missing. Numbers twisted. Fraud undeniable. And all of it led straight to Mr. Kapoor. His heart pounded. He imagined storming into the director's office, exposing the truth, becoming a hero. But then another voice whispered, "And then what? You'll lose your job. Your father's medicine? Your sister's education? Who will pay for them if you're blacklisted?" That night, he couldn't sleep. His conscience screamed. But fear tightened its grip. By morning, he convinced himself, "It's not my responsibility. I'll just stay silent." Days passed. Arjun's silence grew heavier. His colleagues smiled, but he saw the same fear in their eyes. The office was full of parrots, repeating orders, never singing their truth. Then one afternoon, a storm rolled over the city. Rain hammered against the glass. Arjun looked at the balcony and froze. The parrot was flapping desperately, trying to escape as the storm rattled its golden cage. Its feathers were soaked. Its wings struck the bars again and again. The bird shrieked. Not a song, but a broken, desperate cry. Arjun pressed his forehead against the window. And for the first time, he didn't just see the bird. He saw himself. "That's me," he whispered. "That's my life. I have a voice, but I've traded it for safety. I'm alive, but not living. Breathing, but not free." And in that moment, the truth struck like thunder. His silence had turned him into the caged parrot. That night, he sat alone in his tiny apartment. His father's medicine bottles lay on the table. His sister's college brochures stacked neatly by the lamp. For years, he had told himself, silence was protection. But in reality, silence was chains. It had stolen his courage, his dignity, his identity. And he knew, if he stayed silent one more day, he would lose himself forever. The next morning, Arjun walked into the office with trembling hands, but steady eyes. He carried a file. The evidence of fraud. The truth in black and white. In the board meeting, Mr. Kapoor began his usual performance, grand promises, fake smiles. But before he could finish, Arjun stood. His voice cracked at first, but he kept going. "Sir, before we continue, I need to bring something to everyone's attention. There are irregularities in the accounts, and I can prove it." The room fell silent. All eyes turned to him. Mr. Kapoor's face twisted in rage. But Arjun didn't stop. For the first time, he let the truth fly free. Every page, every number, every lie. Exposed. When he finished, the board was stunned. Some shocked. Some impressed. Some terrified. Mr. Kapoor shouted, threatened, slammed his fist. But it was too late. The evidence was undeniable. That evening, Arjun packed his desk. He didn't know if he'd keep his job, or be punished for his courage. But for the first time in years, he felt free. Before leaving, he looked at the balcony. The storm had passed. The parrot sat quietly in its golden cage. And then, for the first time, he heard it. A soft, trembling song. Not an echo. Not a mimicry. A real song. Tears stung his eyes. It was as if the bird, too, had found its voice. Friends, in life, silence often feels safe. But silence has a price. It steals your courage. It steals your dignity. It steals your freedom. Sometimes, speaking out may cost you comfort. But not speaking out can cost you your soul. Don't let fear lock your voice away. Because the day you choose courage, even your silence will sing. If this story touched your heart, then remember to like, share, and subscribe to Lumora Wordly Tales, where stories speak and silence sings.